for all the examples we've seen. Him suing Showtime for $300 million, him foreclosing on multiple properties, him losing on investments on multiple properties, him buying a lot of depreciating assets, and him all of a sudden looking to box very much in the year 2026. Floyd losing money Mayweather, as the chatter says, is in dire straits financially.
Because they don't like him. They don't like him because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no... The people's champ, like Ali, was standing for the same things.
Right.
The audience was standing for. You know, he doesn't have any of that. It's just money. You know what I'm saying? And that, he knows you don't like him.
Some people will say, you know, he's suing now because of his gambling habits, which was not hidden. It was not a secret. He would post, not Teddy Atlas talking about anything that wasn't out there. He would post some of his tickets, his betting tickets that he bet, and they were large bets. And so some people say, oh yeah, like you said, he was Mayweather, Money Mayweather, and now he's suing because he went through his money, blew his money, whatever.
Once viewed as one of sport's wealthiest figures, Floyd Mayweather is now facing a serious downturn. The boxing community is showing both sadness and frustration as legal issues surround him. He could also face a lawsuit from Manny Pacquiao because of recent remarks about their fight.
There's no joy. We are not one of these sick people, and I call them sick. I'm not afraid to say what I feel. That's in their underwear in grandmother's basement or wherever the freak they are, taking pot shot at people because of their misery, because of their misfortune, because they're in a bad place. Shame on you. And shame on the people out there. I know that there's some of them, everyone knows I don't really read that internet unless somebody shows me specifically some stuff, and I saw some of the stuff. I didn't want to see any more, so I told them, don't show me anymore. But I saw enough to see what was out there. People taking shots at a great fighter, Mayweather. Probably the same people that were, applauding him and saying how great he was at one point, and now they're taking shots at him like they're almost, like they get pleasure out of seeing a great...
Reports indicate that Mayweather's fortune might not be as large as claimed, pointing to liens, foreclosures, debts, and borrowed assets like property and a private jet. Creditors are reportedly chasing him for unpaid fuel costs. At the same time, Mayweather stirred up trouble with his comments on the Pacquiao bout, saying it is just an exhibition even though he took a payment meant for a professional match, which could put him in violation of his contract.
They had to say the fight weekend of Fundora and Thurman. Apparently he did an interview, said that it was an exhibition, that these guys didn't have anything to prove, that their legends were already set in stone, and that it would be an exhibition. He wasn't sure if it was going to be at the Sphere. Apparently, that is not true. According to a Boxing Scene article that interviewed Jazz Mather, the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, said that, yes, the fight is contracted for the Sphere, booked at the Sphere, scheduled at the Sphere for September 19th. It is booked as a professional fight, not as an exhibition. It was never booked as an exhibition, which makes sense because Netflix got behind it, and I would assume that they would not want an exhibition. We said the other day, I think it was actually yesterday, we said that this fight has to be a real fight and not an exhibition because, one, Netflix is involved, two, Manny Pacquiao wants that get back, and two, also just betting lines. It's a huge aspect of this sport and this kind of...
On Twitter, Mike Carpenter pointed out Mayweather's questionable statements, noting they directly go against Netflix's official announcement. If Mayweather keeps calling it an exhibition, he could be breaking the agreement. Wade Clement added that after accepting signing fees and upfront money for a pro fight, Floyd now calling it an exhibition looks like he is trying to trick Netflix and Pacquiao's camp. Floyd pulled a similar move with the Logan Paul fight, pre-selling it using someone else's name and image for $10 million in cash.
Something is off. Something's completely off because you got one person saying, this is a real fight. You got the promotion saying, this is a real fight. You got Floyd Mayweather saying, no, this is an exhibition. There's two things that are happening here. Either somebody messed up in paperwork or in communication or in some form of getting this fight together, misspoke to one of these guys, or Floyd Mayweather is trying to scam Netflix. That is the only two things that can be possible here. Because we then get the report, as of yesterday, that Floyd Mayweather has already taken a cash advance payment of his purse for the upcoming Manny Pacquiao rematch on Netflix, despite it currently being in jeopardy. I don't even know how that's possible. Who gave him a cash advance before they even got to the fight? I understand like paying some up front to secure the fight, but paying everything? Maybe it's not what it is. Maybe the cash advance is like...
Teddy Atlas called the situation very sad, saying that sometimes athletes do not have the right people guiding their finances. He believes that is exactly what went wrong in Mayweather's case.
Fighters, they risk everything. They risk so much, and then everything they took the risk for sometimes is lost. Whether it was Joe Louis, whether whoever, it never becomes not sad or unfortunate to hear. Never. It's look, you could say it's their responsibility. It is. It is. You got to know what's going on, but there are also sharks in this business, in any business. And sometimes these athletes, I wouldn't even specify fighters. We're talking about fighters. But you hear it in football, Bud. You were around it. You hear it in basketball. Sometimes these athletes, they don't have the right people around them to look out for them, to properly educate them, to properly advise them. Hey, some don't listen.
Jonah Renitz is a controversial businessman and close partner of Floyd Mayweather Jr., often seen as a major player in managing Floyd's post-boxing business and property investments. Fight Opinion on X stated that Pacquiao's team is threatening to sue Mayweather over the Netflix Sphere fight. That is not the only legal risk for Floyd or his top associate, Renitz. Jonah was expected to go to prison, but now there is a new development. Manny says this is a real fight and he will not take part in an exhibition. Floyd signed the contract, so he has to fight professionally since Manny insists on a properly sanctioned match.
It's an exhibition and not a real fight?
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure?
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight, okay. Yeah, because I know he said...
I want to fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Yeah.
The Sphere still in Las Vegas?
That's the contract that he signed. I mean.
Okay, so it's still happening then?
He has to remember.
Joe Rogan pointed out that Floyd Mayweather spent more than 10 years as arguably boxing's biggest American star. He defeated Manny Pacquiao in 2015 in the richest fight at that time, displaying strong defense, fast hands, and the Money May attitude that drove his fame and fortune.
Shifted from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather. Changed the whole thing.
He knew what he was doing.
He definitely did. It would have been an interesting fight had he fought Pacquiao when he was younger, in his prime. It would have been a very different
Would have been
fight.
a more interesting fight.
Much more different.
Because
Much more difficult
any
fight.
go-forward physical warrior like Pacquiao is going to wear down.
Right, exactly.
And any brilliant counterpuncher like Floyd is going to retain more.
Yeah.
So he did.
Yeah, it would have been much more interesting when they were younger. Also, the fact that Pacquiao fought him with a bum shoulder. That was a disaster, too.
Money talks.
Yeah. I mean, look, I guess he was faced with this thing, legacy, it was the biggest pay-per-view of all time in boxing, correct?
I believe so.
I believe so. And I think it was like 4 million buys or something crazy like that.
It was huge.
So, what is that?
It was massive.
Floyd Mayweather has always shown off his wealth, spending freely on expensive watches, flashy cars, and signing huge checks like one for $18 million as if the cash did not matter. He constantly put his riches on display, acting as if he had no worries about money. Yet now he has filed a lawsuit against his former TV partner, Showtime, and its ex-president, Steven Espinoza, claiming he is owed $340 million. This legal move highlights the gap between his public image of limitless wealth and the complex financial issues happening behind closed doors, showing that even a celebrated and rich athlete like Mayweather runs into problems when money, agreements, and responsibilities collide.
We gotta talk about it. 18 mil retired. I know some people gonna be like, well, you said I didn't want to say I was active because that's normal. I said I wasn't activated. I knew what I said. So a lot of times I'm like, oh, you just said it right. I know I said it right. I knew what I said. I knew what I posted.
I don't really care how much you make, bro. I feel like writing an $18 million check has to feel some sort of weight.
That's crazy.
I didn't want to do it. Of course, I'm like, who wants to give up basically 20 million?
You wrote 18,180,000,000.00. Like, bro, that's crazy.
You know, I got huge deals on the table, so I'm always making shake.
What's the biggest thing you got working right now?
I can show this. Come here. So come here. So,
Dude, what is it?
keep this long. Okay. So right here.
That's crazy.
I just keep stuff on the low.
Yeah, my math don't work like that. My math.
So now, when we gonna cut it against?
50 Cent has said that people dislike Floyd Mayweather because of his money-focused fights and his attitude, as he constantly talks about wealth. Fans have always wanted to see Mayweather lose. Still, Floyd has turned this hostility into an advantage. In spite of the hate, it helps pay-per-view sales and brings in huge earnings, turning public criticism into profit. His skill at using both praise and dislike has made him one of boxing's most successful and well-known earners, proving that even negative attention can be profitable when combined with talent, confidence, and the money-may image that defines his career.
He said something to me one time, very simple. He said, what a prize fighter fight for? And I'm like, and he said, the prize. So it's okay for you to watch the fight. Don't nobody watch Floyd fight to see how amazing he is. They watch it for the opportunity to see him lose.
Right.
Because they don't like him. They don't like him because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no, like the people's champ, like Ali was standing for the same things.
Right.
The audience was standing for. You know, he doesn't have any of that. It's just money. You know what I'm saying? And that, he knows you don't like.
Max Kellerman explained that fighters like Floyd Mayweather who spend too much and fail to invest wisely often face serious money troubles after their peak years. He stressed that even athletes who earn huge amounts can struggle later if they do not handle their finances carefully. Kellerman noted that overspending without planning for the future creates unavoidable difficulties once earnings drop. He used Floyd as an example, showing how a lack of financial planning can lead to legal battles, debt, and the need to come back to boxing. Careful money management is essential for long-term security, even for top-earning athletes.
Feel about like Floyd with the 3 fights that's coming up. Floyd Mayweather, Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, I think the guy's from Greece or something like that. What do you feel about great champions doing these kind of fights as well? Or just these kind of fights that's going on?
Need money.
Damn.
Yeah, when you need money. This is the problem with boxing. You think about financial literacy, right? And you talk about like NFL players or NBA players. There's support systems for those dudes. There's nothing like that for fighters. They got to figure it out all themselves. And if you're a fighter, that means you did not have options.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like basketball or football. If you could, like, by the way, football players couldn't play basketball or they play basketball. It's a better deal, right? That's if you can, you do. And boxers couldn't do either one of those things, right? They're too small or they got hurt, whatever it is. And so you're dealing with a section of our world.
Max Kellerman criticized Floyd Mayweather for poor money management, pointing to his heavy spending on luxury cars, watches, and gambling. He noted that showing off wealth without making a plan leads to financial trouble. Kellerman acknowledged that many athletes face similar problems, retiring with little left despite making millions. He emphasized that even top earners must handle their money wisely, since overindulgence and impulse buys can quickly drain fortunes. Floyd's habits serve as a warning, showing that constant overspending and ignoring investments create long-term issues, forcing even legendary athletes to deal with money problems later on.
On top of that, there's no support or kind of structure in place to help them at all. And so what usually happens with almost every fighter who ever lived, not everyone, but most of them, is they wind up going broke at a certain point, right? First of all, taxes, child support, all that kind of stuff, that promoters, this and that, and then just the way you spend your money. Could be bad investments. You could try to do the right thing and wind up with bad investments. You could just spend too much. And the thing is, if you're not the best in the world anymore, but you're one of, let's say, the 50 best in the world at what you do in your weight class still, hard to tell that dude, you can make $100 million. No, don't do that because you're old.
Right.
Why would he not do that?
Wade Plemons reported that Floyd Mayweather has already received a cash advance for his upcoming rematch with Manny Pacquiao on Netflix, even though the fight is still uncertain. He questioned how that is possible, noting that while some upfront payment to secure a bout is normal, giving the entire purse beforehand is unusual. Both ESPN and Mike Kopinger confirmed the advance. Plemons explained that Floyd has a long history of taking advances and weakening fight promotions to protect his 50-0 record while still earning money. He cited past examples, including exhibitions against Deji and Logan Paul, where Floyd demanded large payments or threatened to back out. Now, Plemons warned that Floyd's actions could bring legal trouble, as Pacquiao's team claims Floyd signed 3 separate contracts for a professional fight, has been paid multiple times, and has taken an extra cash advance, showing a clear pattern of financial moves that could lead to lawsuits.
This is to be believed, and this is via ESPN. This is not, random Twitter person reporting this. I think Mike Kopinger also reported the same thing. If this is to be believed, Floyd took a cash advance and then undermined the promotion of his own fight to try to protect his 50-0 record and still make a bag. Floyd has done this for years. He has done this for years, especially after his pro career. When he was doing these exhibitions, he would not show up to things he was obligated to do, take advances. Even the Deji fight, you can ask Deji, I was there. Floyd demanded that they pay him some insane amount of money or he wasn't going to fight Deji while he was at the venue. And they wanted to change gloves and do all this stuff. And I think they actually did it. They paid Floyd to do it. And I've seen this with a bunch of his exhibitions. And obviously we know about the Logan Paul situation, how Floyd shopped his fight to a different company after essentially scamming royalty like Prince, whoever.
Jason Whitlock highlighted widespread rumors about Floyd Mayweather's finances, including bankruptcy, selling off property, and running out of money, which supposedly explain his fight with Mike Tyson. He pointed out that Floyd wasted huge amounts living in Las Vegas, trying to keep up a flashy lifestyle and seem relatable while showing off his wealth. Whitlock criticized this approach, calling it an example of the risks of living for the culture, putting image ahead of smart financial choices. Now at 49, Mayweather is returning to the ring, showing the results of overspending and poor money management, despite his past success and status as a boxing legend.
All across social media, there are rumors and stories coming out about Floyd Mayweather, him auctioning off property, him being in bankruptcy, him being out of money, and that's why he's gonna fight Mike Tyson. Saw this incredible tweet where a guy listed all the things Floyd Mayweather wasted money on while living in Las Vegas and just living for the culture. That's what Floyd Mayweather is an example of. The stupidity of living for the culture and trying to be relatable and trying to be this incredible icon or example of, look how much money I've made. He's blown it all, and now at 49 years old, he's got to go back into the boxing ring and continue to fight because he's in a lot of debt.
Paulie believes that Floyd Mayweather's controversial comments might actually be the fight's biggest selling point. By making bold statements and triggering arguments, Floyd draws attention and makes sure more people talk about and watch the fight. Paulie suggested that all of Floyd's remarks, whether about the fight being an exhibition or a professional bout, could be part of a plan to build excitement. This attention, fueled by disagreement, increases public interest and pay-per-view sales. Basically, the more people discuss and argue over Mayweather's words, the more popular the fight becomes. Paulie implied that Floyd might be intentionally stirring the conversation, using public anger and curiosity as a marketing tool to boost viewership and revenue.
Ultimately, Mayweather has to agree to whatever the contract is. If it's a fight, I think one of the comments the other day really made a point that, one of the comments in our chat made a point that, I hasn't really stuck with me. Mayweather has to know the terms he agreed to. Come on, I mean, you can't just sign something and not know those terms. He's got to know that if it is, in fact, it has to be a fight, then he would do this. And he knows he's got to go through with a fight. He may just be saying this just to sell the the fight in general. You know, just you sell it as, you know, make it a talking point, make it a controversial point, so that people want to wind up, you know, talking about it more. It becomes a topic of discussion, and then from that perspective, people, you know, end up watching. More people end up watching it because it becomes more of a polarizing topic of conversation. So I don't know. I see this eventually getting straightened out. I think it has to. I mean, Floyd has to fight right now. I think Mayweather probably wants to fight right now. I mean, Mayweather wants to fight and probably has to fight right now. And Pacquiao seems to want to and have to as well.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for more.